Good evening. What's going on there, guys? Earthmaster here, jumping in on the live stream on this Tuesday evening, June 1st, 2021 to date, about 7:45 p.m. West Coast time here in California, where it's another scorching day. Hit 100 and I think about 106, 107. It was hot, let me tell you. I'm not a fan of the heat. 3.2, the latest earthquake out here as we speak in the Puerto Rico area. Well, never mind. That just bounced back over here to Hawaii at 2.7 now. Just kicking up there in the Pacific Ocean there in Hawaii. Checking out some of the latest information here from the folks at the USGS. Still no secondary 6-pointer up there in Alaska, or in the Alaska area. I'm still kind of holding to that theory that I seen in my last video, and I will stick to it. Let's see, what do we got? Hawaii real quick. Let's cover that, where that earthquake just struck at 2.7, even though it's not showing up here on this map right now. And this here is the all magnitudes. Kind of strange. Okay. But looking at Hawaii, a little bit of further movement down here in the southeast area, also up here to the northeast. Seen a little increase in earthquake activity also around the Kilauea volcano, the crater area. Right there in this area. Mauna Loa looking fairly quiet. Little odd earthquake off the west coast over here at a negative 1.5, 1.7 magnitude there. What do we got? Hawaii, Japan kind of picking up. Also Taiwan seeing an increase in earthquake activity in some little groups, if you will. Seen quite a few fours in this region here of Taiwan. Just off the coast of Taiwan, and also up here off the coast of Japan. And this is somewhat deeper movement as well into the subduction zone of the Japan Trench. What just happened right there? Okay, it updated. What? Okay, now that's kind of weird. Did you guys see that? No, I'm not seeing things. Anyway, there's these earthquakes here kind of deep here along the Japan Trench area, about 40 kilometers or so, even one of them being 60 kilometers down. So potential build up there in that subduction zone off the coast of Japan. That was kind of weird. Looking through Fiji Islands, pretty quiet. Indonesia area getting in on a few earthquakes throughout the region. And also back over here along the just outside of northeast Afghanistan up there. Way up here, north of Kabul, way north. Also, what else we got here around the Greece area? A little 4.7 striking earlier. Overall, big picture is in the western states there, and down here in the. Now, I'm pretty certain that there was a secondary earthquake up there, and I'm not for sure why they keep disappearing like that, right before my eyes. I could have swore there was a secondary one here. Okay, I don't know what's going on here. Anyway, 5.3 deep into Bolivia, underneath Bolivia, I should say, at 207 kilometers downstream of this subduction zone, the Peru-Chile Trench area. 5.3. Also some further movement just off the coast here, Panama. See that 5.3 at that standard 10 kilometers. Let's go ahead and zoom in to the west coast region where most of the activity is picking up here. You can see some movement all throughout the Sierra Nevadas here, including Lake Tahoe once again. Kind of going up along the Sierra Crest, and a little movement along the coast range as well near Hay Fork 2.0 off the coast of Oregon, southern Oregon. We're looking at this little earthquake out here. This has a little bit of significance because it's out there and it's deep. It's in the Cascadia subduction zone area. Inland, meaning, well, down dip of the subduction zone, which is right about here, but it is the megathrust area, and it's kind of a small earthquake, but it does have some depth with it, and that's something we got to keep an eye on in this region. Not for sure why I'm not getting my my faults being able to be picked up here. Something's going on. Some weird activity right now. Anyway, probably some ghosts in my computer again. Movement up in Washington around Mount Rainier and Mount St. Helens again ramping up. Just a couple small microquakes around the area, but still keeping an eye on these volcanoes very closely. the Seattle area, seeing this little 2.5 on the Seattle fault system. It's not showing it here with the mouse, and I'm not for sure why. Let me refresh it and see if that'll help. Nope, it just doesn't want to do it. And I do have the fault systems all set up here, but anyway, this area underneath a seismically hazard area, and not only from the Cascadia subduction zone, but also that Seattle fault, very capable of producing a 7.0 right underneath Seattle. That would be pretty devastating for that region. So keep an eye on the Pacific Northwest. Idaho ramping up in earthquake activity as well, right around the Sawtooth Fault system. Once again, it's this little red line here, and normally it would show it, but something's going on. I don't know what's going on, but USGS does not want to show the fault names today. 9 earthquakes within this region. Looks like a 3.6 going to be the largest there north of the Sawtooth Fault area, but overall general activity kind of picking up in this region of Idaho. Let's see here. Let's zoom down here to the south part of California. Ridgecrest looking fairly active. Quite a few microquakes there within that area of the Ridgecrest region. And some further movement down south here. Let's see. Let's get off of this and go to the 2.5 and above. That way we can see a little bit better detail here. A little small earthquake here, 2.5 on the San Jacinto Fault area. I could have swore there was another one here, but man, for some reason something seems there. Okay, now I know something weird's going on, because this wasn't here a second ago, and I refresh it and it pops up. Come on, what the heck is going on? I knew these earthquakes were on here, and never mind. It's got to be the heat. Maybe I'm imagining things. Maybe I'm just seeing things. Maybe you guys think I'm crazy. 3.4 in an area. I don't see any specifically named fault sections in here, but I know there is some. Just none that the USGS is listing on their on this map here. 3.4 and relatively deeper movement down here, 12-14 kilometers or so below the surface. They're in Southern California. Far as, man, I don't even know if we should, these quakes are disappearing off the map like flies. I mean, literally, you refresh it 1 minute and they're gone, fresh it the other minute and they pop back up. Let's see what else we got here, folks. I think that's about it. Still seeing some further movement up here in Alaska. Most of it is calming down following that earthquake up there, that 6.1. And the subsequent 6.0, that still has not been added on there. Who knows? Maybe it will. But as of right now, still only that 6.1. And a bunch of microquakes popping up around that area for sure. Let's see what else we got here. I think that's about it, folks. Yellowstone National Park, pretty quiet. No further movement on the Yellowstone seismographs here. This area down here to the south, Moose Creek and Pitchstone Plateau, is major interference of some sort. Not for sure what's going on down there, but they need to work on those seismographs. The rest of the area around the park looks pretty quiet, seismically speaking. Nothing really to report in that area. Trimmer map along the Cascadia, 17. That's it. That is it. I was kind of expecting a lot more, considering the buildup of a little bit of surface quaking there off the coast of Oregon, and that's not really surface quaking. 20 kilometers below is kind of deep along the Cascadia there, so potentially we could see a major increase in tremor here pretty soon with the seismic activity that's occurring off the coast of Oregon. But right now, about 17 epicenters, most of it up north towards the Vancouver Island area. All right, folks, we're out of here. Just trying to recover from the heat. It's been a heck of a day. Hot, let me tell you. It's been hot. That's all I can say. Hope everyone has a good day out there. Good night, good evening, and we will chat you guys a little bit later. Still kind of just watching things, folks. This here is, let me drop this down a little bit now. Now that we are tapering down a little on the aftershocks up in Alaska, we'll go back down to the 24-hour threshold. And that's about right there. 24 hours of earthquake activity on the globe. Most of this activity off way up here to the north should be dropping off pretty soon at 4.6 and 4.5. The darker red rings indicating the old earthquake activity, white the newest, and of course the green flag here, 2.7 out in Hawaii, the latest quake. So, all right, folks, have a good night. We'll chat to you a little bit later on. Stay safe out there in this crazy, crazy world. Peace out.